It's time once again for the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament. 9th session of this conglomerate of Return of the Heroes, Under the Shadow of the Dragon, and Helden under Antlervelde'n. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's a beautiful day. So I might be going a little quick, or this might be a shorter video because I need to get outside. I'm on my work nap time break that I get twice a week sometimes. But I think it's pretty fitting that it's so nice out, and this is the kind of coincidence that you'll find in life, I think, or I frequently find in life. It's very sunny and very bright out after the whole power outage and everything, and I can almost guarantee you something is going to be resolved in d'Antlervelde'n this session. Either Wieder is going to find what she needs and be able to prolong d'Verdammte from taking over, or else it is going to collapse. And either way, I think the renewed light of the sun and the whole light in my house from the power returning, but especially the sun behind me, really fits with that. And I just wanted to share that with you. Let's play. Alright, we begin where we left off last time with Scoot's turn. And she has this choice to make about whether to go for the secret passageway. Curly just kind of went there to hide. Hope she goes away. Or go away, which is what Curly would like her to do. I've thought about it between yesterday and today, and I'm still thinking about it now, but I will tell you she is going to go for the secret passageway. For those of you who don't remember, Curly is almost gone. To kind of think it out a little bit, her position, she doesn't get a lot out of beating Curly. And so there's that to consider. She can pretty much take on anyone at this point in the game. The only thing about beating Curly is Curly could try to stymie her efforts. You also have to consider that there is a past between Scoots and Curly. They were not only both the highest scorers in the Middle-earth quest, which is where I believe they met. I don't really know what happens in that deck of cards when I'm not looking, but as far as I know, they met in Middle-earth quest, and I remember debating between the two of them as who would be the Sauron player, who would be the big villain, and it ended up being Curly. I think I might have even randomly chose between the two of them. I don't recall. So they have this connection there, and I don't know, when there's a connection between aggressive and maybe overtly selfish people, I think that has maybe a little different effect than a connection between people who hide their selfishness. I don't know, maybe it's just in its openness. But she's going to try to find the secret passageway. And she got a 5, so she found it. I want you to know I went back and forth on this. Scoots has something in mind. She, let's say her main motivation isn't to do this to Curly, but she's going to do it anyway, because she's on this spot and she needs something to do. 8, 9, 10, 10 to 8, 11 or better. Oh my God. The second time this has happened with Curly. Didn't Fries have Curly's life in his hand and he rolled 2 6s? I believe so. So Curly is going to make this choice. He is going to take away this stone right there, and that is going to put Scoots in a similarly prohibitive, a state that prohibits dueling. That's very similar to Curly here. Now he could have taken the signet ring too, but he opted to do that instead. Yeah. This is a dragon event that's actually really, could tangentially, or yeah, I don't know if it's how firmly it's going to help Half Pint, but it could help Half Pint. What it does is it makes the tokens adjacent to the dragon's map, the dragon's map tile here. So this tile and this tile, I could have just said that. And anyway, it makes them go away. So unless they have a PA on the back, and then they just get covered up. So I hope everyone was paying attention,
because this just turned into a game of memory. But what that's going to do is that's going to take this Phoenix away, and I think that's going to be the biggest effect there. I will let you in on the fact that Mooney was planning on going up there to take that, to shoot that Phoenix with his elven bow. It's just the standard issue elven bow. It's not the special one that Red Tomato has, in order to start the Dragon Quest. So that that takes one less person out of contention for Half Pint's special favor, at least for now.
It's time to see what effect the sun will have.
Weeder's sticking to her course. She is going to turn up one.
Oh, it's still not one that she can take monsters to.
Remember, she's trying to take these monsters home because that will get black cubes off of d'Verdammte's board.
She's going to encounter this shot, and that's also not going to give him a black cube, but she does have to fight it.
She'll fight it with her ranged attack.
And 6 or better.
She got a 7. She's going to lose a life, so she's getting beat up again.
Mooney's jumping on the teleporter. We'll see what he gets here. A 4. That means he can go east. I'm doing that as a reroll. There's nothing to the east. You can play, especially when you have them all combined, that the world is round, and so you could go off here to that way, but I'm playing that it's flat, primarily so that I could have some distance between these two things there. I kind of semi-randomly set up the board, did some shifting to try to make it somewhat balanced board for everyone. Okay, 6. 6 means he goes west. That's the other way. And he knows where he'd like to go. He'd like to go back to the White Village. It's time for Curly to make a break for it. Recall that his movement is still decreased from hiding behind that Gorgon in the Underdark. He kind of wishes, well, he's glad he did it because he was able to survive, but now he's hobbling away. Doesn't want to go that way. Red Tomato's there, and even though he feels stronger than Red Tomato, I don't know that he actually is. I'd have to do the math, but he's going this way. 2, 3, and we'll see how far he gets.
Here's a special moment for Fries. He actually gets to use his dwarven special power of always being able to find hidden paths in the mountains. This is one thing that's unclear in the game, and there's much in the forums about it, but it's been figured out because of the forums, I think, partly. These mountain hidden paths, they're not marked differently, they're just paths in the mountains there. So he can find this one and this one automatically, and that's the extent of his special power. So it's nice that he's able to use it now. He's going to the Fountain of Life, gets to heal some, and heals 3. That's exactly how much he needed. Great job, Fries. Ooh, so those of you who saw Fries' performance in Shogun, you will appreciate this line of cubes he has there. It is a tower unto himself, which Fries is known to be. That's almost as much as he can have on here. There's another stone he can have there. Those of you who don't know the game, these stones below this little line here, these are called artificial health. Basically, those are the health you get from armor. That health in the basic game doesn't come back. In Under the Shadow of the Dragon, and this is another thing I find kind of odd, there actually is a place you can repair it. I don't remember which one it is. It's kind of hidden in the rules that you can repair your armor in this game. It might be this guy here. That would make sense. It's one of these 2 tiles, I think. Scoot's turn. She is going to use her broomstick. And it does what she wants. She is going to use it to come right, I think, here. And Red Tomato is riding his cart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he is going to start a duel with Curly. Let's see. His numbers, he gets to combine his magic and his archery, his ranged. And so his magic is 4. His ranged is 3. So that's 7. Right? And then he gets to add 2. So that's 9. I think Curly has 8, 9. So it's 9 to 9. So there's going to be no change. Just needs to get 9 or better on 2 dice. And that is going to spell it shut. That's a trademark, that phrase, spell it shut, for Curly. Curly has lost his last stone, so that means I have to stop and look at what his stones were.
blocks were. But he is going to die, and Curly Jr. is going to take up the mantle right over there. Tice spent the night back at home, and she feels better again, just in time for Weeder to have her turn. And God, look how short that stack is. One of two tiles will give her a place to get rid of some monsters, right? Which gets rid of the shadow cubes. There's only like 6 left, but there's also could be some counters in here which add more shadow cubes. So we'll see what this next one is and what happens. It's again not one of those key ones that we need. So she has to go there and reveal what's there. If you place one, you have to reveal it. This isn't bad. This is Hypnos. Hypnos is actually a chit that she can use. If she succeeds in a test, I forget exactly what it does, but I think it's something where she can convert a shadow cube into a regular EC on her own counter, on her own card there. So that's not a bad thing for her to do. That could give her some prospects for the overworld, because she can't bring her shadow cubes into the sun. For those of you wondering what that half pint has been up to, she's been mucking with the teleporters, trying to get down to field 6 so that she can come south here to this Satyr. She has not managed to do it though. She's been jumping around. Now she finds herself here. I hope she remembers what is underneath that counter. It could be good or bad. She may not even bother with it at all, because she really would rather go to field 6 and go down to that Satyr. Curly's raring to go again. Luckily, the configuration of cubes on his card was in the very first scene of the first session, so it didn't take me long to find it. He doesn't have the movement inhibition either anymore, because it's his son who's also named Curly. So Curly, where does he want to go? He has Tice over here. He would like to dissuade her from going after his boss. But there's also this, yeah, I think that's where he'd like to go. 1, 2, 3, and see, she can go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if he goes there, he's got her kind of boxed in. Fry's planted this lion bear here. He didn't want to take it on before he had found the Fountain of Life, and he found the Fountain of Life, so now he does want to take it on. It gives him a -2 penalty, which is a 5. That's not bad to hit with the 4 dice that he has. And he got it. 3 and 2 equals 5. Fry's beat the lion bear. So Fry's played this doppelganger right here. And you might wonder, how is the doppelganger in the bag? Wasn't the doppelganger in field A6? Well, it was. But I seem to remember, and I'm not going to look this up, but I seem to remember something about these servants scaring away counters. I don't know if they scare away all the counters or just ones on their field. I think it's a way so that there isn't a double encounter. I don't know if you recall, but I was I wondered briefly whether or not, I think it was Fry's who fought there actually, would have had to fight both monsters there. I think when a servant comes, the other one goes in the bag, so I've remedied that. And the stubborn broomstick is taking Scoots away to Stubborn Broomstick's home, which, as you may recall, is also Red Tomato's home. So she's going to go here. She actually placed this there. This is the alternate gateway to the underworld. That doesn't cost any money. It goes to, I believe, this left tile here, not to the river Styx. So if she wants to, she can go down there. I don't know if she can do it this turn. I've been treating movement from one to the other as a movement, not as an action. So I think her movement's over, and she's just hanging out at Red Tomatoes. Tice is undeterred by Curly. She is going to go ahead and charge. And I made a ruling that this stone represents the honor of one's family, and I don't think that honor can be taken away. So she is going to take a shot at Curly. She needs 8 or better. She had 3, so she just took a little stone from him. Weeder is impatient. She's not going to spend her time with Hypnos. She was unsuccessful the first time, so she's still covered in shadow cubes. She is going to turn this over
And she was going that way, so nothing is there. Except for whatever that is.
Half-Pint remembered what it was. It's a quest to bring the young girl to the White Village. That young girl, if you recall, was cruelly left up here by Scoots, who was too busy trying to get, I don't even remember what it was. She was trying to get something she needed for something else. I think one of her recipes or other. Just left the young girl. Or no, actually she carried her with her and then left her up here, I think. Yeah. She just had to take her two fields. Would have taken her one turn, but nope. So now the young girl is in Half-Pint's care. And hopefully she'll get home. On to Fry's. Mooney's Aqualad had just passed Fry's on his way to this volcano. I forget why he wants to bring a fire salamander to the volcano. The quests in this, the game gives you lots of cause to wonder why you're trying to do the things you're doing and why you get a reward for it. But this is one of those cases for Mooney's Aqualad. Fry's is rather taken with some of Mooney's items, however, specifically this thing right here. So he is going to come and try and mug him. So Fry's needs an 8-9 versus Mooney's 8. So he needs a 10 or better. Fry's got that, so he stole this from Mooney, and he's going to go ahead and ditch this other one on the ground. And Fry's, after I get stuff out of the way, leaves that on the ground. Fry's tower is complete. Tice continues driving on towards Curly, undeterred. See if she can. And yep, she got another chunk out of him. And I don't know if this is feeling repetitious or not, but we're back again underground. And we'll see what Weeder draws. Again, not Tartarus or Erebus. This time she's going up, though. We'll see what it is. It's Hades. Hades is one that you can use to get rid of shadow cubes. So she will go and pick Hades up. And I think she gets rid of one by returning Hades to Hades. But I'll have to look that up. I see. So I looked it up. It would indeed get rid of a shadow cube from Der Verdammte, but you can't take that task if you have shadow cubes, which Weeder does. She probably should have taken her time with Hypnos in order to get rid of them before exploring. She can always still do that, though, and come back if she wants, or she can keep turning over tiles. It depends on her patience and what she thinks is going on upstairs, whether or not Scoots specifically, I think, is getting close to winning. Mooney's not really going to fret with Fry's. He's just going to pick up this. He kind of likes this better because it lets him go faster anyway. And I believe the little girl showed her the way. After many turns of trying and failing with the teleport, she finally rolled double sixes, which takes her directly to the south of the City of Mages, which is where she wanted to be. Thanks, little girl. And again, Curly moves a space back. Fry's, having just completed his tower, sees Scoots here in the White City trying to recuperate her one stone. He sure would like to take Scoots out. She has some stuff that he would love to take, sure, but she's also close to winning. However, to do so, Fry's would have to ditch his armor, and I think that counts as an action. I don't think he can move after that, and so he's stuck. He's unable to do it. He is going to make his intentions known, though. Fry's is never one for subtlety, and he's going to head towards the White Village and be one space short of Scoots. For those of you who are wondering, White Village is easily accessible despite this red field because this ranger is here to help. So it makes it akin to a tan field, which is why Scoots was able to teleport there or ride her broomstick there, and why people don't have to roll to get there. And Tice galloped right by Curly this time. She's going to take on this Guard of the Nameless. This one, however, she is sad to find can only be attacked with magic. Her magic isn't very good. She is going to get hurt. Yeah. And that's going to take one of her precious healths away. Curly's jumping on Tice from behind and saying, giddy up. 7 against 8. He's got to get a 6 or better. And he is successful. So he's actually going to take her special amulet here. He actually doesn't feel like she has too good of chances of taking on the Nameless with her current situation. She can't even get past his servant. That's how he's thinking. Tice is trying her hand at a different servant or guard of the Nameless. This one is more her speed. She needs range to fight it. -1, so she needs a 6 or better. And she got that. Curly chased after Tice, so he is going to try and annoy her some more. And he is successful, I believe. No, he has 7. No, he's not successful. She is able to... She's going to take her amulet back is what she wants to do. And now it's Red Tomato's turn. He's heading over here, and he's picking up the chestnut cookies. So they are... Oh, they're an item. He would have to get rid of something. I guess he's going to drop these boots. They're not too useful to him anymore since he has the cart. There are instances where the boots would be helpful, but... So he has the chestnut cookies, and that gives him a coin. And the annoyance might have paid off because Tice just rode her horse away from Curly. Weeder's turn. She has been patient. I think I was starting to project my own impatience onto her. I'd like to get outside, but I wanted this to be resolved. I think she's not stupid and she doesn't need to risk her life for no reason. Here's her last roll to get rid of her shadow stuff. And she got 3 plus 4, that's 7. That's going to do it. She is shadowless now, and she can, on her next turn, pick Hades up. That's where we're going to leave it. We saw a lot happen today. Maybe more happened in my mind than happened on camera. I'm not sure. I don't know all that gets captured. I know at one point I was I had believed that the underworld would very well crumble. I no longer think that's going to happen necessarily. I also thought at one point that Scoots might end, but it seems like she got away and she was able to heal herself back up. I thought that was kind of a twist. I wasn't expecting Fries to be that close, and I don't think she was either. I think she kind of underestimated him. If he hadn't changed into the heavier armor, I think we'd be looking at a very different game right now. But we aren't. We're looking at the game we're looking at, and I'm excited to see what happens. I don't know. There's a lot of elements on the table. Half Pint has got her what she needs to go home and get her anti-Nameless gem. Tice is sort of skirting around the Nameless. I don't know if she has what it takes to take him out. Red Tomato, since he got that cart, has had a resurgence, but he's still waiting on some sort of quest. Being able to continue his quest. Fries is kind of in the same boat. Fries is really quite strong now, but the pieces he needs to continue his quest aren't on the board. Same with Mooney in a way. Mooney's not... He's actually not looking quite as good as Red Tomato and Fries, but he's sitting on a lot of money. Unfortunately, the dragon tore up a lot of the inventory of the various shops, so there's not a lot he can spend the money on, except for maybe some special effects. Unfortunately, those special effects, you also need some magical ability, so if Mooney wants to be able to take advantage of that, by special effects, I mean the special effects that are on the board, like the Mystic and that signpost that moves the map around. He'll need to improve his magic in order to do that. So, let's see what happens next time.